They were in gross darkness. Poverty ravaged their land like locusts. They were all naked. The women concealed their nudity with fresh leaves, dengue, and the men with animal skin, bante. Characterized by rough terrains, rivers and deep gullies, they have an average atmospheric temperature of 25.5 centigrade. The atmosphere, which could be chilly at night, explains why the first companion acquired by men and women are raw tobacco and pipes to blow off the chilly cold, since there are no coverings for their chest. Of course, this results in tuberculosis, killing many. Death and diseases were their kinsmen. While life begins at 40 for the man in the outside world, theirs expires at 40. Any extra is considered so unusual. Nobody in the land was enlightened. All of them were in complete darkness. These are the Kuma people. With an average population of 55,000 people, the Kumas live in round thatched roof mud huts. They occupy Kuma district in Jada local government area of Adamawa state in Nigeria. They share border with Cameroon on the northeastern part of Nigeria. The distance between Kuma and Yola, the state capital, is about 110 kilometers. With 4 distinct dialects, Vomni, Damti, Bea and Vere, the culture compels all women, usually between ages 12 to 15, to forcefully remove their 2 incisors 7 days to their marriage. The belief is that if the removal is not done for any woman, the consequence is barrenness for life. The Kuma man becomes responsible at the age of 12 to 15. He is usually given independence at this stage and must move out of his father's house with only a hoe to till the land. In readiness for marriage, the Kuma boy is usually taken to the wilderness for circumcision rites, a rite that is performed without medical attention. Should the boy man die in the wilderness, he is considered a weakling who does not deserve to live. So, he gets married at 12 to 15 years, builds his own round mud hut, and life begins for him with his wife and family till death comes knocking, either due to diseases or hard life. Children practically grow up by grace. Usually, a child who can walk is free to wander around the communities, sleeping anywhere night falls. Meals are made only once for them. Leftover serves as lunch and dinner up till the following day. It is also not uncommon to see a Kuma child at 3 tending to his or her sibling while both parents are farming from dawn till dusk. Marriage can be very expensive. Bride price costs as much as 60,000 naira, cow, goat, or the building of a hut for prospective in-laws.
For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee, and the Gentiles shall come to thy light.
This scripture was fulfilled in Kuma Hills on the 15th of July 1996. God spoke to a young man of 32 years, Kayode Momolosho, to take up the challenge. Kayode, an artist, journalist and managing director of Goldshem and Sharon Limited, a public relation and advertising outfit in the country, heard God expressly mandating him.
I have made you a world changer and a people builder. Now arise, go to Kuma Hills, and my light and glory will shine upon you.
The vision I received from God is to become a world changer, a people builder. we had him say, cause a change on Kuma Hills for the purpose of emancipating them from their ignorance via basic provisions of infrastructure.
In obedience to his master, the young minister found himself against all advice, odds and discouragement in Mani village, Kuma Hills, Adamawa State, Nigeria, at about 5:30 p.m. of July 15, 1996. The reception on his arrival was with mixed feelings, especially when he declared himself a prophet from God to save the land at the palace. The king, Seriki of the 39 communities who were in council that fateful day, saw that as an abomination. According to them, no human being can hear from God through other means except the Kuma people's God, Dudu. Dead mothers' skulls are placed in their huts, worshipped and adored as the medium of communicating with God. To them, a man cannot be alive and hear God. Ignoring their belief and doubts, the servant of the Most High, convinced of the heavenly kingly mandate, gently spelled out the 4 cardinal points of his assignment to the chiefdom and the people. By November 1996, the young Kayode encouraged the whole community to make roads as inlet into Kuma communities as against the footpaths. The response was awesome. Kuma men came out in their numbers with hoes and cutlasses, and within a period of 3 weeks, Kuma was linked to the civilized world. This brought about increase in the sale of their grains, less stress in transporting goods to and from the market, and a more competitive sale against their normal giveaway prices at the civilized market, since majorly they do the sales in their own communities. October 1997 brought about a dramatic change to the Kuma people. Kayode, on a visit to Bishop David O. Oyedepo, a man with a mandate to liberate the oppressed, narrated his experience.
I was labeled mad when the Lord told me 1996, start, construct road, get borehole for Kuma Hills. This is a place where they killed, buried children alive with dead mothers. It's a place where they remove 2 frontal teeth of women when you want to get married. This is a place where you borrow wives for only 100 naira. This is a place where they go naked, stark naked, only tying leaves. When I got there and I prayed, before I left, God said, report to my general. And I came into this place, I saw Papa, and I said, God said I should report to you.
Moved by compassion, the bishop said, "No, not while I am alive can we bring all of them to Lagos. As Christ's ambassador, our first duty is to clothe them all."
55,000. And we are going to clothe all of them. We are going to clothe all of them.
To this effect, 5 trailer loads of clothes and shoes entered Kuma Hills in October 1997.
My God is so good. My God is so good.
As if this was not enough, Bishop Oyedepo and the entire Living Faith Church worldwide presented a draft of 2 million naira, which facilitated the immediate provision of 10 boreholes, 10 hand dug wells, and an infiltrating gallery. This amount provided 21 communities with potable water. Hitherto, river blindness and all forms of water-related diseases had ravaged the land, making Kuma people blind as early as age 25. By this, God had begun to allow the Kumas to see that, of a truth, Jesus had landed on their soil in a vessel, as the scriptures says, Christ in us, the hope of glory.
I am heavenly connected, I am divinely related. The children of the Lord, precious in His sight. God favor falls on me, and He blesses us so much. And people wonder why.
In order to fulfill the vision of educating the younger generation, that they may be able to read and write, Kayode, with 2 young people, John Popola and Blessing Ariwodo, working hand in hand with Timothy Tovenda of Children Evangelism Ministry, had started a school with 15 children in a hut.
We are sure we are happy. Mother, father, book, door. This is my eyes. This is my nose.
By February 26, 1999, Kayode, who believes in practicalizing scriptures, armed with 150,000 naira, invited the then military administrator of Adamawa State, Colonel M. Useni, to perform the foundation laying ceremony of Dominion Academy, Mani Village, Kuma Hills. Expected to gulp a total of 3.6 million naira, a journey of 1,000 years begins with a step. If Abraham stayed in Haran without departing, he will not get the promise, says Kayode in his speech at the foundation laying ceremony.
The quest for change Kuma has necessitated immediate provision of schools as the first step to a meaningful transformation and integration of the Kuma people into modern society. As a man said, education is the pathway to civilization. This is why the King's Call is more than particular about the education of the Kuma people. Your Excellency, it may shock you to know that in a community of 150,000 tax-paying adults, over 20,000 children of school age, we have less than 2,000 of such children benefiting from even the so-called education meal available. Sir, presently we have 10 government primary schools with no roof on their heads, without teachers in Kuma district. It is sad that even 16 years after the first feasible government entrance, there is today no single secondary school. Our children, the few in secondary school, trek daily 8 hours to other communities in Fufuro local government area to acquire education. When I say our children, I consider myself a part of Kuma.
Vision is power. My son took off and went to Kuma Hills. If I was in charge, I won't let him go. Or God is in charge of everyone's life. And they came and said, water blindness is dealing with the people. People go blind at the age of 30, at the age of 35 because of lack of potable water. I wish I had a train that could draw everybody out of the place the same night. I said, no, we must supply boreholes. We must supply boreholes. We must stop water blindness from destroying those destinies. I saw the pictures, all naked, No, we must clothe them. We must clothe them. And God clothed them. And God gave them water. And my son went forth, he said, it's better for us to have a school so we can at least secure the destiny of the upcoming ones. And the school is on today. 234 children are in school for free and in boarding.
The school took off by March 2000 in the building. An ultra-modern free nursery, primary and boarding school. Dominion Academy showcased 16 seasoned graduate teachers, 2 hostels that comfortably accommodate 300 children, 6 comfortable classrooms with teachers, offices and libraries. These facilities were made possible by the effort of African Mission of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, chaired by Pastor Mrs. Folu Adeboye and the Education Tax Fund of Nigeria.
Hallelujah. And my assistant in the ministry, Yaya Bakindo Ekumaman, to just make a single token of our love to Papa. Give Jesus a round of applause, please.
Oma Hills entirely, we'd like to appreciate you so much for what you have shown to us. May you remain blessed in Jesus' name.
Praise the Lord.
To cap this up, Bishop David Oyedepo, moved by the appreciation visit of children of Kuma Hills to Canaan land, single-handedly donated a 2.8 million naira dining hall and chapel, furnishing the hall with plastic chairs for the comfort of the children. The hall, with a capacity to seat 500 people, was named Dr. David Oyedepo Hall. In the statement of the wife of the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and Chairperson Adamawa State Primary Education Board, Mrs. Ladi Abubakar Atiku.
Most of us here with you, with my management members, we have gone through mission schools, but we need I think in those days our parents paid heavily with pounds. But I believe today what we have got in those days, these children are getting it free of charge. And the children, they should be very, very attentive to their teachers and respect them and receive the gifts God has given them now. They cannot reward their caretakers. No, they cannot. The way they can reward them is whenever they sit for exams, whichever kind of exams and wherever, they must conduct themselves very well and excel. On behalf of my management members, I promise that whenever Pastor Reverend Kayode is around his brother, then I will always be willing to assist him in this laudable project.
The King's Call, now bolder than at inception, moved to medical ministration to facilitate healthy living for the people. Armed with a medical doctor, nurse and midwife, the daily fight communicable diseases by immunizing people around the 39 mountainous communities, giving health talks to the people on different topics and dispensing drugs free of charge to ailing indigents. To back up this laudable exercise, UNICEF and Yamaha Nigeria gave the King's Call 5 motorcycle, while Pastor Mrs. F. Adeboye donated a jeep to them. Today, 56 Koma children are in different Christian homes in Abuja, Ilorin, Ibadan, and Lagos under Operation 1000 x 1, a vision whereby men from the outside will bring about change in Koma land by training Koma children. According to the head of Operation 1000 x 1, these children are lights to their homes and a hope to the nation.
The Operation 1000 x 1 is to get the Koma children, at least 1,000 Koma children out of Koma every year to come into urban areas to study, to school, to have a vocation. I just discovered that to eradicate this kind of a culture, there must be an infiltration of a better culture. You are taking something away from me. What are you giving me in return?
Exactly.
That's number one. Number two, why in the first place will you get married to someone who is not available? Because a young girl at the age of 12 is supposed to get married. And if she's not there, nobody will marry her.
In a rare move, Pastor Paul Adefara Singh of House on the Rock awarded a Championship Missionary Award to Pastor Kayode and the King's Call at Kumas Hills in July 2002.
Some of the greatest and also most unsung champions and missionaries. This evening, I would like to talk about a particular mission and also very peculiar. The King's Call mission in Koma Hills was inaugurated on the 15th of July, 1995. The founder and visionary of this mission worked as a journalist and served in different capacities in the advertising and public relations sector of the nation before answering this call to full-time ministry. He's also an artist. His achievements are several, but I'll just mention a few. Apart from providing clothing and drugs for the people of Koma Hills, he also started and runs the Dominion Academy, a free nursery and primary school with boarding facilities in Koma Hills. With this gentleman of God's assistance, potable water now runs in Koma Hills, and a link road has since been constructed from Koma Hills to the civilized world. Now wait for this. This road was constructed with the use of cutlasses and hoes. Furthermore, he established Operation 1000 x 1, a training program for the children in the urban area. His mission in Koma Hills include Moses Ministry and Set the Captives Free. He was helpful also in the establishment of 5 Redeemed Christian Church of God branches, which he presently oversees. His mission statement is to change the world and to build people. Ladies and gentlemen, this evening's Champions Award for Missions goes to none other than the founder and visionary of the King's Call, Pastor Kayode Momolosho. Please put your hands together.
Pastor Femi Paul of Grace Assembly House on the Rock, Ikeja, was not only sympathetic to the plight of the Kuma people, he also visited them on the hills, falling head over heels in love with the kids. He performed a foundation laying ceremony and sponsored the building of the Seriki's Palace during his visit. Bishop David O. Abioye, the Executive Vice President of the Living Faith Church, made this statement when the Kuma children paid a thank you visit to his Kaduna church.
Watching these great children today coming out of idolism, singing praise in the house of God, it's a great joy. My children, biological speaking, don't have more right than these children. It will be my joy to see those children have what my children have. To be my privilege, my great privilege from God.
In a bid to enlarge the horizon of the king of the 39 communities, the Seriki of Kumaland, Malam Hamanjalu Abba, was received in Kaduna. The king said, "Now I can see that things can be better for us." He, however, promised to live for Christ and get the people to follow Jesus.
Children are learning. I wish you see them and they express themselves. I'm one of their teachers. And that all the remaining children who have no opportunity to go to school is going to let them go to school. Because his eyes have seen the educated. They have never seen people well dressed like this in his life.
We subdue this land in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
He said, as the Father has sent me, so send I you. I stand with this great team today, representing the Commission of Liberation. Upon this land, the life of God is released.
Amen.
And it shall come to pass.
Amen.
The glory of the Lord descends upon this place.
Amen.
The life of God is revealed and released upon this land.
Amen.
So shall it be.
Amen.
In the name of the Father,
Amen,
and of the Son,
Amen,
and of the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
Before this time, Bishop Abioye had made apostolic visitation to the land in year 2001.
Praise God. Hallelujah.
Good morning, sir.
Hey.
Welcome to Kuma Hills. We wish you a happy stay.
Amen.
Where the Seriki gave his horse as a token of appreciation to the people who care about his people.
I don't know for you. My Gema, Bishop, Namu,
I gave you this cost. That on his own tradition. As far as he thought, they gave him. If he did not give him the horse, which means he is not the royal peaceful, that he gave you this one.
Pastor Obi C. Ekweme of the House on the Rock, the Refuge, Abuja, said that these children are movers and shakers of our time. I see them ruling the nations. Asked to describe their achievements, Kayode Momolosho said, "It is only a fool that rejoices in the middle of a battle. It is an ongoing battle. No one counts losses or gains until it is over. We are yet to attain that for which we are apprehended, like Paul. We want to forget our past failure and triumph so that we can press on to reach the purpose of our call." To Kayode, the enemy of today's success is yesterday's achievements. He, however, volunteered a peep into the future.
Now we're moving to the next phase. He just said to us it's time for a secondary school. So the Ishaka's College will be taking off by God's grace this September 2003. He has spoken to us about the university taking off, the Cornerstone University in Nigeria. Man, when it's time, he will tell us what time it is. The water project has taken off. 21 communities are presently benefiting from that. The clothing project is gone on. Everybody is now wearing clothes like you saw. If you actually need to see naked people, you must go out of your way to look for them. Unlike the days when they were waking me up to say good morning to. And I can boldly say in this town, you hardly can have any man undressed in this town again now. So to the project we have on hand, we have so many things up our sleeve, but we'll keep numbering them the way it's given us. I think the interview won't be concluded.
The King's Call will very soon start her own free boarding and qualitative secondary school. The Isaka's College and invariably the Cornerstone University on Kuma Hills to educate the people and ensure that they will be able to carry their destinies in their own hands. It is part of the mandate to produce 1,000 Kuma graduates with the fire of the Holy Ghost, who will become catalysts for the heralding of the gospel to all nations, for to whom much is given, much is required. More paramount is the passing of the King's Call to put Jesus in every home in the next 5 years. The methodology: getting at least a son or daughter born again in each home. They will become the light in their homes, and invariably darkness will disappear.
It is through the mission that I was able to go to school up to this level. I know that it's God that have done it in my life. If not God, actually somebody like me who didn't have a great privilege to stand before the men of God like this.
Thanking God for the gift of men, the project coordinator Kayode said, "These young daring men must go down in history as heroes of our generation. They are tools used to change situations here. Life would have been frustrating if they have to do things all alone." He called them his helpers of war.
It's not been fun in any way, but I give God the glory. Being a missionary's wife, one would think, missionary to the missions, but when it's a missionary to a place like this, it's not been funny, but God has been our sustenance and He's been wonderful.
As the head of academics, I make sure that all the records are kept.
Well, the level of assimilation has been high. Thank God for that.
They are people to write home about. First, they are friendly and they understand very quickly than even the ones we have in Yola.
We cannot be at everywhere at every time. We are doing the little according to the grace of God available. We have Bible club almost around the villages in this environment. Like the children that are not opportune to come to school, we are teaching them the word of God on weekly basis.
And presently we are preparing them for the common entrance examination. So the preparation has been quite wonderful and the children have been responding favorably to the teachers.
Kuma's 55,000 sold to God a man and 16 others in 7 years to see Jesus demonstrating practical power. Very ordinary men and no names, royalties or riches stepped out for Jesus to step in. What role are you playing in putting smiles on these faces? Would you prefer to sit on the fence or show that Jesus lives in you? Your wealth and riches are no wealth if no one is profiting from them. And Abraham was blessed and he became a blessing. Will this be the summary of your sojourn here on planet Earth? For further information, contact The King's Call at Kuma Hills, 17 Yola Road, Jimeta, Yola, Adamawa State, or the project coordinator, The King's Call, Box 719, Jimeta, Yola, Adamawa State. You may also telephone 075 627 722, 0803 307 1842, 0803 327 5715, 009 882 1651 157 007, or 009 882 163 330 6947, or email pastorkumahills@yahoo.com or tkckumahills@hotmail.com. God bless you.